So hey, Ron Van Timmeren from Celebration Cinema. Thanks for joining us today. You know, I know that every time we see you around here, you're always hanging out with Dave, Jack, and Ed, and Gravy, and the guys over at LAV.
Right.
So this time you get to be on the Going Gonzo show. How about that?
Hey, I'm moving on up in the world, you know?
I don't know about that, but we really appreciate you stopping by. The reason I wanted to have you come in is because in a few minutes, Marky Mark and I are going to hardtail ourselves out of here and head over to Celebration Cinema North. And I think it's something called the DBOX. What are we getting ourselves into?
DBOX?
Yeah.
Oh man, you're gonna take a ride. That's what you're gonna do.
A ride?
Well, that's right. It's kind of like a roller coaster, John. And Celebration North, Celebration Rivertown, Celebration South all have DBOX seats, and those are seats that move with the action with the movie. So Die Hard, a good day to die hard when you're sitting in your seat and the action's going like this and that and things are blowing up. You're moving along with the action on the screen. It's outstanding.
Oh my God. So is this like the next wave of entertainment at movie theaters?
Well, you know, we got 3D, we got IMAX, we got D-Box, we got big screens, we've got everything we can find in the industry. Yeah. Great sound, great picture, great movies, and now seats that move. It's only a part of the auditorium. Only 26 seats in the auditorium are actually moved, that are set up for D-Box, but we're going to have D-Box movies with action-moving seats for a movie 52 weeks a year.
So every week, could it be like the same movie 2 weeks in a row then?
It could be, yeah, because not every movie is encoded with D-Box. They have to put in the special instructions in the movie soundtrack so the seats move in time with the movie.
Yeah. Well, this is interesting because I know that people have been talking about this. I think, are we trying to make the theater experience more and more intimate for those that are going to these big movies every week?
Well, we certainly want to differentiate ourselves with home theater, okay? So you got the giant screen, you got all those speakers and sound. Now you're going into like 4D, really, you know, because we can do 3D movies with D-Box as well. Now this is the fourth dimension, moving seats. So it's just an experience you can't get anywhere else.
If you're just tuning in right now, you're listening to News Talk 1340. WGRW, John Gonzalez, the Going Gonzo Show, and that familiar voice. How long have you been doing radio? I mean, I hear you on a lot of different radio stations.
You know, since 1989, I'll give Dave and Jerry credit for putting me on the air first, and I still see those guys love doing their podcast with them as well. So it's been a number of years, John, but hey, showbiz is my life.
Now, what did you start doing when you first joined, the Lokes and the whole Celebration family? What was your first job? Did you make popcorn?
No, never worked in the theater. I was a marketing major at Michigan State University when Lokes Theaters hired me in their marketing department to cut and paste ads back in the day where we used to literally scribble all that copy down and paste up pieces of artwork. It seems like an eternity ago. 1976 that was, John. Wow. I started in the marketing department. I've been there ever since.
And over the years, the movie-going experience has changed, but you know, it's become more technical, hasn't it?
Yeah, digital cinema changed everything, just like digital sound. So digital projection now gives us a chance to do alternative content, you know, live from the Metropolitan Opera or live sporting events as well as big screen movies. So you're going to start to see movie theaters change not only in their content but also in their food and drink offerings. We're getting ready to experiment even more with food and drink at different locations around our circuit, just like at Studio C in Okemos, where we opened up a dinner theater.
Oh, really? How long ago did you open that?
That was just in December. It's a movie theater where you can literally go and have dinner there at the theater. We'll serve you at your seat. There's lounger chairs that you can sit in and have your food and drink, adult beverages, popping popcorn, whatever you want, sandwiches, pizzas, desserts. We've got it all. Come on early for the food, stay for the movie.
Now, where can I get the information about that?
CelebrationCinema.com or StudioCtheater.com, and someday we hope to have one here in Grand Rapids just like it.
That would be pretty cool, no doubt about it. Now today, you mentioned you started out in marketing back in the late 70s, right, doing the cut and pasting of ads. What's your title today for the Lokes?
I am Vice President of Programming, which means I'm responsible for what shows on the screens. I buy the movies, the alternative content, schedule them, do all of those show times, work with our managers on putting those in the website and so forth, and it's a little bit of marketing and a whole lot of programming.
Well, I tell you what I love here over at Cumulus and all the different radio stations here that you offer this bargain movie too, right?
Yeah, Sunday nights we offer one title at each location, pretty much around the circuit too. We have 156 screens around Michigan, and all of them have certain Sunday bargain movies, and you can get information at celebrationcinema.com.
Hey, Ron, I'm one last thing here, and I don't want to take up a lot of your time, but I noticed that you guys have expanded and you're in different markets. How does Grand Rapids compare to, say, somewhere like Portage or Mount Pleasant, some of these smaller markets?
Well, Grand Rapids is a great movie-going town, and we in Grand Rapids as moviegoers have had terrific movie theaters, and I'm not just talking about Lokes Theaters, even though Celebration Cinema has a pretty good footprint in this town, but people in Grand Rapids love going to movies, and the frequency of movie-going in Grand Rapids is higher than any other city in Michigan. Grand Rapids loves going to the movies.
I know the Oscars are coming up this weekend. You're probably all giddy with excitement to watch the show, right?
You know what? I'm Seth MacFarlane as the host. Should be a riot. I'm looking forward to that. And there's always some surprises, too, even though we know what some of them are going to be. There's always going to be a thrill at the Oscars.
I know you get together with Todd Chance every week to do the movie thing here for MLive.com. And how are you on the side of Argo in the debate with Ben Affleck?
You know what? Argo deserves to be Best Picture and obviously has won a lot of postseason awards already. It's a crime that he wasn't nominated for Best Director. It's only happened a few times in history where the Best Picture didn't have a Best Director attached to it. So it's a pretty unusual year in that respect. But there's also great movies like Lincoln and Silver Linings Playbook that are deserving too. So maybe we'll get shocked.
Yeah, you never know about that. All right, one last time, DBOX.
DBOX.
This weekend, is this the debut of it, DBOX?
Well, we've had it at Rivertown for a few months. We installed it at South recently. This is the first time at Celebration North in a 3D auditorium. We're doing Die Hard, which isn't in 3D, but we will have Jack the Giant Slayer and Oz, the Great and Powerful, coming up in D-Box, and those are 3D movies, and you get to see the seat that moves along with your Wizard of Oz.
All right, Ron Van Timmeren from Celebration Cinema, thank you so much, and we'll see you at the movies, right?
See you at the movies.